Hi, this is Maiviri and I am a graphic designing trainer at WEBD School. And in this video, we are going to see about Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly is basically an AI tool which comes from Adobe. And in this video, we are going to see about Adobe's interface. So, the first thing is you can use Adobe Firefly in your website. Like you can type in Adobe Firefly. And if you search for Adobe Firefly, you will be able to see your Adobe Firefly's interface. And so this is how it looks like. And here we have lot of features from text to images, text to videos and etc. So let's explore everything one by one. So this is the interface of Adobe Firefly, and here we have featured, image, video, audio and vector. So featured, it has all the features which Adobe Firefly has. In this feature, you can see text to image, where you can give a prompt and generate an image from the prompt which you have given. And the next thing is text to video. So text to video is basically you have to give a prompt and that prompt can be generated into a video. And the next thing is boards, generate images or upload your own and start remixing on a board. And the next thing is text to vector, where you can create vector images from a text prompt. And the next thing is translate video, upload video to translate into a new language. And the next thing is text to sound effects, generate sound effects from a text prompt or from a recording of your voice. So these are the features we have. And the next thing is image. So when you change to image panel, and you can see text to image. And the next thing is generative fill. Generative fill, basically you can see this in Photoshop inbuilt software also, and you can also use it separately in Adobe Firefly website also. And the next thing is scene to image, where you can create 3D shapes and convert it into an image. And the next thing we have is generative expand. So you can expand whatever the photos and images you have. And the next thing is text effects. You can apply a text and you can give whatever effects you needed to. And the next thing is generate templates. It is basically like generating templates and creating your posters, and you can also edit it using Adobe Express. So these are the images panel we have. And if we change to video, and here we have text to video, image to video, translate video, enhance speech and text to vector is an upcoming features. So and the next thing which we have is audio, and here you have all the audio features. For example, translate audio, text to sound effects and text to avatar, enhance speech, voice to sound effects, and all these are upcoming features. And the next thing which we have is vector. You have two features in this. One is text to vector and generative recolor. Text to vector, which we have already seen in the featured panel, and generative recolor is nothing but where you can just change your colors to your illustrations. So in this video, let's explore all the image features. So let's start with text to image panel. So by clicking it, you can just see the interface of the text to image panel, and here let's explore what are the features we have in this one. So the first thing is prompting. When creating images in Adobe Firefly, the first very main important thing is generating images and giving a prompt. So how to give a prompt in Adobe Firefly? For example, you can give a prompt in a descriptive format. For example, you can be specific and you can be descriptive. Instead of giving a long and a dragging prompt, you can give specific and a descriptive prompts. So this is where you will be applying your prompts, and you can generate your images by clicking this button. So let's explore all the panels we have in text to image. So this is the version. So in this model panel, you can see Firefly Image 4 Ultra, Firefly Image 4 and then Firefly Image 3. So you can use whatever model you wanted to. So I am using Firefly Image 4. So and the next thing is aspect ratio. Since if you are creating any kind of 16:9 kind of like a YouTube thumbnail size, you can go with widescreen. Or if you are going to create it for any kind of a reel kind of a size, you can go with 9:16, and if it's for social media posts, you can go for 1:1, and if it's portrait and landscape, you have all the aspect ratios you wanted to give, and you can choose any aspect ratio that your images should be generated. So, and the next thing what we have here is content type. In Adobe Firefly, you can generate either photorealistic or artistic. So, while giving a prompt, you can choose whether it should be a photorealistic or an artistic way. And the next thing what we have is visual intensity, and in this visual intensity you can see that how much visual intensity your image should have. So, if you give less visual intensity, the intensity will be very low, and if you give it more, the visual intensity will be very good and clear. And the next thing we have is composition. Basically what is a composition is? So, composition is how you are arranging and aligning your elements or whatever in your design. So, that is what is composition is, and in this Adobe Firefly composition you can give a reference composition to whatever the image you are going to generate to, and your image will be generating according to your reference composition. So, this is what is composition panel is, and we can explore this by practically experiencing this. And next thing which we are seeing is styles. So, this is nothing but, so you can give a style to whatever image you are generating. So, for example, if you want your image prompt to be generated in a neon style, you can give a neon style reference image so that your image will be generated in that style. So, and the next thing we have is some extra features which can enhance your image generations. For examples, we have FX panel, and in this FX panel we have lot of effects like popular, movements and themes. In this you have a lot of effects with a preview images. You can see what kind of image generation it will be. So, if you want it to be minimalistic, you can give minimalism, modern art, modernism and etc. So, if it is themes, you can also give themes like whether it should be 3D, anime or cartoon, etc. And techniques, you have a lot of technical like artistic, doodle, etc. And you can give any kind of effects you need for your image generations. And the next thing which we have is color and tone. So, in this color and tone, so what kind of tone and color your image should be. So, you can select it from the default presets like you have black and white, cool tone, golden, monochromatic, muted, pastel color, toned images, vibrant colors and warm tone. And the next thing we have is lighting. So, here you have a preset of lighting as well, so that you can choose any kind of light settings which comes in your mind for your image generations. For example, if you are going to create any kind of a product based images which should be in a studio setup, and you can give dramatic lighting to it or any kind of long term exposure, low lighting, etc. You can choose from the preset here. And the next thing we have is camera angle. So, what kind of angle your images basically should be. So, for example, whether it should be in close up or whether it should be in landscape photography, macro photography, shallow depth of field, shot from above. So, you can choose whatever camera angle you want for your image generations. So, these are the features we have. So, now let us start with generating our image. So, I am going to give a prompt for this image generation, a cozy coffee shop, okay, a cozy coffee shop interior with warm lighting and wooden tables. So, here I have given a descriptive and a specific prompting. So, after giving a prompt, you have to go to your settings features. So, as I said before, I am going to use Firefly image 4. And next thing is I am using aspect ratio, and I want this to be in 16:9 ratio, which is a wide screen. And the next thing is content type. So, I want it to be a photorealistic one. So, I am selecting this photo, and visual intensity I am leaving as it is because it is already in a more visual intensity. And the next thing is composition. So, I am going to give this kind of composition reference to my image. And the next thing is style. So, in this style panel, I am not going to give a neon style, and here I have some warm lighting style image. So, I am just going to add this as my style reference, so that you can see it is going to take a copy of that style reference and it is going to implement that into your image. And the next thing we have is FX. I am not going to use any FX for this now. After generating, if we need any, we can give that. And for example, here we have color tone. So, let us just try giving golden color tone for it. And then lighting, I just want some dramatic lighting to it. So, I am just giving a dramatic lighting. As you can see, I am giving all the features, it is added down below to your prompting. And camera angle, I am just leaving it as it is because I've given some composition and style reference to it. So now it's time to generate images. So after giving all of your prompt and features, you can just give generate button here, and in every generations Adobe Firefly will generate 4 variations. It will just take some few moments to generate your images. Yes, so this is our output, and as you can see it has generated a 4 output variations, and also it is in a 16:9 ratio. And if you want any of this to zoom in and see it, and you can click on it and you can see the clear picture of this. So this is what my images are. Yes, and if you want to download these images, you can see an option called download here, and you can download it and you can use it wherever you want. So this is what is Adobe text to image. And now let's go back and see what is generative fill is. And this generative fill feature you can use it in Photoshop as well. So now I am going to show you how to use it in Firefly. So now here you can upload any kind of images you wanted to. For example, I am just downloading the image which we have generated right now. So this is what my image which I have generated right now. I am going to show you how to use this generative fill with this image. So as you can see some 4 options here. So this is nothing but either you can insert any objects you want, or you can remove anything, or also you can expand your images if you want. And if you want to pan your images, you can use this panning option. So I am just going to remove something from here. I am just selecting this remove tool, and then I would just like to remove this frame from this picture. So I am just brushing over this frame. As you can see, it's removing it, and after brushing it you can just give a remove button here. So it will just give you some 3 variations, and if you are not satisfied with those 3 variations, you can also give more. And now you can see it has removed the frame from there. So I am just going to use the first one and I am keeping it. So this is what our output is, and now you can download anything if you wanted to. If you want to use this in your posters or anything, you can use it later. So and the next thing which we are going to see is scene to image. So this scene to image, I am clicking on it. Here you will be creating a scene, and you have to give a prompt of what kind of scene you need, and then you can generate whatever images you need from that. This is what the scene to image panel looks like, and in this panel you can create any kind of scenes you want, like how, in what perspective it should be, and what dimensions and shape it should be. So after creating it in a 3-dimension perspective, here you can just give a prompt and you can just generate a image here. So let's see how to create. So here you have shape tools where you can create a lot of shapes, whatever shapes you needed to. So if you want to give any kind of a shape, just select and click on this, select whatever the shape you want to give, and then click on this one, and you can see that shape is implemented inside this panel. And now this is your selection tool where you can click and select and move your object wherever you wanted to, and you can also rotate it if you wanted to. So I am just rotating it like this, and if you want to extend, you can see a small box kind of a size here. You can extend your shape. So now I would like to create some kind of a tree here. So you can choose any kind of shapes you need from here, and you can extend it, expand it, and you can create however you wanted to. So now I am just trying to create something which can be helpful for me to generate my image generations. Okay, so I have created some kind of a scene here, and now I am going to give my prompt. So I am just going to give a prompt, a peaceful path scene with green trees and a walking path and a bench under the sunlight. So now I am going to give generate, and it will take some few moments to generate your images. So here is my output. So you can see some 4 variations and you can just change whatever, you can give whatever variations you wanted to. So this is scene to image interface. So now let's go back, and then this is generative expand, which we have already seen in generative fill. So I am just clicking on this generative expand. Here you can upload whatever images you wanted to and just give open, and here you can just the same panel called generative fill. If you want, you can expand, and here you can see the expand icon, and if I am just going to expand and generate, you can see it is just going to generate and expand your images. And now you can see this output. So this is generative expand. So now let's go back. And the next feature which we are going to see is text effects. So I am clicking on this text effects, and now here you can just give whatever text you need and give some effects to your text. For example, here it has a mercury text, and liquid mercury is the prompt which you are giving here. So if you want to change this text, you can change whatever you wanted to, however you wanted to. So now I am just going to give this as golden, and now here I am going to change my prompt to gold. And it will just take some time to give you the text effect. So yeah, so now we have gotten our text effects. So here you will be having a lot of variations of whatever the prompt which you have given, and you can select whatever the variations you need. So this is what is text effects. So you can apply whatever text you want and then give a prompt to your text effect and create whatever text in however way you like. And the next and the last which we are going to see is generate templates. So as I said before, in this one you can see and explore lot of templates here, which is like a poster or a flyer or anything. So here you can see what are the things which we can create and what are the templates which we can create in this panel. You can create an Instagram post, Facebook post, flyer, postcard, card, and Instagram story, YouTube thumbnail, etc. So I am just going to give it as a flyer, and you have to give your prompt in this prompting panel. And if you have any reference of any kind of a poster you wanted to, you can also upload that image and it will also implement that image inside your poster. So now I am just going to give my own prompt here. So I have just given a prompt like create a minimal business flyer template with a space for a logo, headline, image and contact details. So this is what the prompt I have given, and then now I am just going to give this generate button. And here it gives the variations of the image template generations. So now you can see it has given you a minimalistic flyer, business flyer template, and you can choose whatever size you want and anything, and I'm just clicking on this one, and now you can also edit it after generating. So if you want to change the text, you can also change the text, and if you want to move it, or you can use it in Adobe Express where you have all the other files like upload your image, add some text effects, change your font, add images and etc. So this could be very easy if you have if you are generating any kind of social media poster or any kind of flyer poster for your needs. So these are the image features we have in Adobe Firefly, and in next video we can explore all the other features like video, audio and vector. Thank you.